No. In other words, I blanked out my mind. I completely blanked out my mind. You can't live on prison. You can't live on your past like that. It's a part of it you don't want to know about. Because let's be fair about this. We couldn't have been that successful or that glamorous to spend most of our life in the nick. Now, I'm not naive enough not to know that. So I've got to take that into account. So I see things a lot more different now than I did then. But I can't remember the bad side of it. I can't. I don't want it. My mind don't want to remember that. Perhaps it does it deliberately, you blank it out. Perhaps they should bottle some of us when we go, you know, for prosperity. And look at us at a later stage. Perhaps there's something to be said for that. But I think you become immune to punishment. Totally let down. It wasn't what I wanted. You know, when you're starting off, it's a blaze of glory, but it's not like that. I was very depressed. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was coming out to. In there, I had that security. I knew the people in there. I knew how to handle it. I lived by the clock, meal times and all that you tend to live by. Unbeknown it, you're institutionalised. And I found it very difficult at first to handle. I think they expect that anyway. Because I had to go to, it was a set routine now when they release you. You went 6 months open prison, 6 months prison hostel to adjust you to the life outside. It's more or less a crash course in release. But what can they, you know, what does it do? Nothing. You know, you come out living in the past. You are living in the past. Even now I do that. You know, it's very hard to, you've missed a lot. There's a big gap here somewhere. And I can't fill it in. And it's just something I can't fill in. And that's why I find it difficult to talk about the downside of it. I've seen stabbings, I've seen murder in there. I've seen some bad violence in there. But, you know, some of it's best not spoke about. Some of it's best, because other men still live there this day, you know, and probably go through the same thing. You know, it doesn't change that much. You know, I always swore when I come out I was never, ever going to go back even to visit someone. And I broke that rule twice. But once, I went to visit Ronnie a few times in Broadmoor, which is an hospital, and I went to visit Reggie twice in Maidstone. And I didn't want to be in there. I thought, what am I doing here? What the hell am I doing here? I'd left it behind. I'd left all that behind. But to remember it in the Pacific, I got jumped by the screws and all that, but I ain't complaining about it. It's part and parcel of what it's about. Perhaps I deserved it, perhaps I didn't. But I've seen some bad things done to men. There's no going back, and I know that. It's over. The legend's there, but it's over. And in a way, I'm glad. And people say to me about crime in general. I won't get involved in that again. I wish I had my time again. I wish I knew what I could have achieved. I won't gloat over it. We're not stars. Let's get this right from the off. None of us are stars. We were what we were. I wouldn't like to think the kids today would follow down our paths, because let's get it right here. The Crays can't be a role model. They all died in prison. And that's no role model. And I'll tell any kid, I will never, ever tell a kid to do wrong. I couldn't do that.
Go out of trouble, you lot.
What are you?
Go out of trouble.
What are you?
The film star. You lot.
I can look in the mirror. Nobody can do that. But I can. And there's a difference. And I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. I see people look at some of us sometimes and think, what makes them tick? What makes them tick? When I say don't find out, you don't want to know. You don't want to know.